Personally, I have lost 9 members of my family, including my brother, my sister-in-law. The whereabouts of 5 of them are still unknown, missing.
In Toowoomba, victims of Islamic State have found a new home. But the trauma of what happened to them is always present.
My dad and my brothers and my sister, they took all, and my mother, I was alone with them.
Thousands of Yazidi women and girls were enslaved by Islamic State fighters from 2014 in northern Iraq.
This is me when I was in ISIS hand. Someone took it for me. That's for ID, Muslim ID.
Naqsheen al-Dahish was just 8 when the terror group took her into captivity.
I feel very sad. See how I was young and very poor face. Even in my eyes, scared.
She was freed in 2016, but her family members are still unaccounted for.
My brother and my dad are still missing them. I don't know anything about them, but we're still looking for them. I can't remember my dad's face. And I hope just one more time I heard his voice and I hug him.
Today, 2 groups of ISIS-linked women and children, Australian citizens, touched down in Melbourne and Sydney. Many Yazidis, like Hassan Ibrahim, are worried.
The community has already raised concerns and tensions about the return of those brides to Australia, and they are really concerned about, they have been traumatized.
Naqsheen says her older sister informed federal police that she was held captive by an Islamic State family which claimed to be Australian.
My sister, she was with a man and a woman. They have a citizenship Australian. The man, he was killed, but the woman, she's still alive, but we don't know if she came to Australia or no.
How did your sister know that they were Australian?
They told her, we are from Australia.
Yesterday, the AFP said investigators have been gathering evidence and information on Australians linked to ISIS for more than a decade.
That evidence and information was to determine whether Australians who travelled to Syria may have committed Commonwealth offences, including terrorism offences such as entering or remaining in declared areas, and crimes against humanity offences such as engaging in slave trading.
Today's cohort is not the first to return. Around 40 Australian citizens linked to Islamic State have made it back to Australia, including 3 groups from camps in northern Syria and Iraq since 2019.
I've done extensive work in Iraq on the returning Iraqi population, and one of the things that we really learnt from that experience was that regardless of whether you had ISIS beliefs prior to or going into the camp, you're exposed to that ideology.
Peter Lowe, former Director of Countering Violent Extremism in New South Wales Youth Justice, has worked with women and children who previously returned from Islamic State.
There'll be monitoring for sure. I think ASIO has made that pretty clear that they will continue to do some monitoring, and we would expect that anyway. And as much as it's difficult for us to understand, the more that we can successfully integrate, the safer we make the community at large, and the safer that we enable the community to be for them.
Tonight, the cameras were waiting for those who arrived in Melbourne. A chance for these mothers and their children to start life again, this time in safety.
So they've come from an incredibly unsafe environment, and how we can create that safety for them in terms of physical safety, but also their emotional and psychological safety, will have a great impact in how successful we may or may not be at reintegrating, or for the children integrating them into the community.